Whoa!
Yay! Hello, everybody. It is me, Richter Hammer, with the working effect buttons. But welcome to another XGR. As you know by now, I'm here, and also joining me is Chris, aka the Mole,
Thank you.
and Pew Pew Anastasia Laserbeam. Somewhere in there, somewhere. All right.
We can hear you, but you're not on your normal headphones. You're on, like, internal crap. You sound really far away and shit.
God damn it. Won't it ever save when I put it on there? How about now?
We can hear you now, unfortunately.
Okay. So I said hello, and you couldn't see, but I was doing like a big arm gesture.
All right. So hopefully by now you know how we do it. We go through the news and then the catch-up section with up to 2 games we played this week, and then our topic, which is doot-doot-loot. I don't think there's a. I guess there's the trumpet, isn't there? The return of Rock Band. Ooh, I like that.
Like games.
Rock band.
All right. So with first bit of news, take it away, Pew.
All right. Hey, all you people who love golden amiibos because stuff. I mean, I don't know why you love it, but hey, you're a collector and you want shit. So it's going to be delayed until April 8th. So go to your Walmart on April 8th, and yeah, you'll find your golden amiibo. Make sure to, use one of those amiibos to get someone in the eye, so you can get your amiibo first. Yeah.
They deliberately positioned it to be April 8th because that's just 2 days after Easter, which is the celebration of Jesus coming back from the dead. Then he rose up to heaven and became a golden amiibo.
It actually took 3 days to raise back from the dead, but whatever.
Yeah, that was Good Friday. Then you have the Saturday. Then you have Easter Sunday, which is to celebrate his return. And then you actually have like I said, the 2 days later would be this one. So I was correct, Pew.
Nah, he stayed there for like a month and then fucked off somewhere.
We're adjusting for inflation.
At least that's what my priest told me when I asked him, well, why did he just, not stay alive and live out the rest of his life as like half spirit, whatever? And he was like, nah, he stayed like a month and then went back to heaven. So
all my priest told me is if you rub the fireman, he'll sometimes squirt in your face.
That's really disturbing.
True, though.
At least the priest that I knew was so old, I don't think anything works there.
Yeah,
so
he was so shocked when I was a little kid, and he's like, oh yeah, and he just started to act like a paedophile towards me, and then after he's had the sex with me and stuff, he's like, yeah, he just turns out to see...
After he's had the sex with you, like that, he just will skip over.
After he's had the sex with me, he turns and he just sees me light up a cigarette and go, yep, another one for the book.
That's terrifying.
Imagine that's the coping mechanism they taught to children. Like, okay, if someone molests you, just make it seem like you're gonna rat them out and watch them shower you with toys.
Oh, that would work as well. My method was more of he's like, yeah, great, I've got the young boy, I've taken his innocence, it's his first time, and I just light up a cigarette, another one for the book, like it was no big deal to me.
For me, it was a Tuesday.
Yes.
That might be the worst use of that quote ever, but... Oh, man.
But no, the Golden Amiibo, I can see the merit behind the Golden Amiibo. Because like I said, while I may not want it, if someone hasn't bought a Mario, why not get a golden one? It looks awesome.
It's alright. I mean, I prefer Metal Mario, because, it's in canon, so...
Can you still get a golden one? Like, even though they delayed it, I don't think there's any more available, are there? Still?
I don't know. I don't know, but I was just making the comment, because I know Pew was like, if you want that type of stuff, and I can understand it. It's like, for example, who here has ever bought or wanted a collectible skin on a 3DS?
I have bought a
I
few,
assume
yeah.
everyone at least once. Like I've wanted one of the collectible ones.
Also, you get your chance of Metal Mario because a silver one is coming out, but the details for the silver one are not known at this time. But hey, you'll get the one at least in canon. That makes sense.
Metal Mario is not silver. He's actually more of a steel-looking color.
You know what? It's close enough, okay? I can dream.
I thought you respected canon. My bad.
Fuck you. I'm just trying to make it canon when they're clearly not trying to make it canon. I'm trying to help them a little bit.
Yeah, who remembers the canon where Mario had his feet glued to a plaque and then he was stuck on a shelf next to DVDs of like 50 Shades of Grey and stuff? Like, who remembers all those weird, brilliant Mario ones?
Haven't you ever played Super Smash before? Clearly that's what happens at the end of the game. They're just trophies forever, you know?
Actually, I kind of want that to be like the next Paper Mario game. He's stuck on a DVD shelf. All right, so Lowell, your first. Oh, yeah.
Made by Namco Bandai, so they can include like Smash Bros. So they can include joke titles of the DVDs, like 50 Shades of Grey, man.
Nice.
This is an error on the website. I think this is an error on the website, but it says the Golden Amiibo is compatible with Hyrule Warriors. So I wonder what the fuck that would do.
Yes, it is. Don't they give you like extra rubies and stuff like that?
Yes.
Whereas the Zelda ones give you.
It just seems
No,
retarded.
The characters that are actually in that game, like Link and I think Sheik does this, they give the weapon of that character, but the other ones, like Samus and Kirby, will give you 1 to 50,000 rupees or a random weapon.
Nice. Put on a golden amiibo and get 1 rupee. You'll be like, what's wrong with this?
It's like every day you can do it, but yeah, there's you put it on, you're like, all right, Yoshi, do something good, and it's like, you got 1 rupee, and you just like smack it off the game. Get in the corner, Yoshi.
Think about what you did.
But no, my news is with the segue to was the PS4 update 2.50 or 2.50, depending on what you want to call it, has been talked about with the betas and stuff like that. There's been pictures, and it seems to be loads of options for disabilities, including visual impairment, hearing impairment, and physical impairment. The list of accessibility features includes, at the time of this, includes text-to-speak, zoom invert, zoom, invert colors, larger text, bold text, higher contrast, closed captions, button assignment, and to add quick menu. Like, you can go into the control pad on the button assignment and you can change the sticks round if you want to, or you can change the buttons round, or whatever you want to do. So yay, people can be happy with that, because you can literally set the buttons to be what you want through the main menu.
Woo!
Yep. So back to the hammer.
Yeah, isn't one of the options, or one of the things I remember reading about was that the suspend mode won't, or rest mode or whatever, doesn't exit the application, so like you can suspend a game.
I had heard about that. It wasn't in this one. This one was just focused on the disability stuff. But yeah, I heard about that, which was kind of cool but kind of stupid. I understand it on a Vita or a DS or something, because they're handhelds. Maybe you want to quickly go and just suspend it when you go on a bus, or you suspend it when you know what I mean, when you're quickly walking in somewhere else. This, it's like, why would you suspend your console? And some people are like, well, you can't always save that, so maybe you want to go to sleep. It's like, well, why are you playing games when you're that ass tired?
I think it's more for...
because they're Jim and they have small boy metabolism.
I think it's more like you're playing a game and then you hear like, Daddy, and you're like...
True, that would benefit you. Which that would be good. But a load of people, when people mentioned, why would you need that on this? They were like, but what if I'm playing games until like all hours of the morning and I'm too tired to sleep and I've just gone past a checkpoint and I can't save? I'm going to suspend it and come back to it later. And it's like, if you're that tired, why play the game? I mean, I play games before I go to bed, but not when I'm going.
Small boy
You
big
should try it
apples.
sometime.
Yeah. Uh,
All right, so my first bit of news, bringing back old employment here. Both of mine are bug related, but first one up is Helldivers, recently released game from Sony on PS3 and I believe, or not PS3, PS4 and the Vita, I believe, and excuse me. And they have an interesting bug where if your controller like runs out of battery power while you're playing, like when you plug it back in or sync it back up or whatever, it'll load a level 1 character because it gives you a character before it actually loads your save. And so if you reach another checkpoint, it'll just save over your character. So if your controller runs out of power, what you have to do is like exit the game and reload it so you'll have your character.
that sounds
Yeah,
painful.
yeah, I hate bugs like that, and I don't understand why it, instead of taking the extra 2 seconds to load your character, it's like, here's a level 1 character. That must be what you're doing. You're like, what? No, it's in the middle. Why does it unload my character when my battery runs out? Like, why not just pause? I hate when games the controller runs out and it doesn't pause the game. You're like, pause the game. I understand why it doesn't in like a multiplayer setting, but like there are some single player games where like it just sits there and your batteries, it's like change your batteries. You're like, pause that.
To be
That
fair,
happened in a Telltale game, and it was like, you're not making any choices. And I'm like, what? You chose this? And I'm like, no, I didn't choose that. No, go back.
yeah. To be fair, I think that'd be awesome in a multiplayer setting. Imagine if everyone's all online playing, say, DCUO, and one person's control pad dies, and suddenly the entire world freezes, and you just hear people on the voice with, "Oh, for fuck's sake, whoever it is, check your control pad. Everyone, check your control pad. Fuck." I'm kidding. That'd be terrible.
That would be really funny.
But yeah, I always prefer when the control pad turns off, it pauses it to say, "The control pad for player 1 is unplugged."
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, continuing it is stupid.
All right. So your next bit of news, Stacy.
Stacy.
Everyone's favorite new upcoming game, Uncharted. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, everyone loves Uncharted except for Mole. And possibly Richter.
Yeah. Let's be fair here.
Yeah, I preferred it when it was called Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Available on Xbox One.
So anyway, Uncharted, it will be delayed until spring 2016. Wah wah. So I know everyone was so excited, to Uncharted 4 at Thief's End. Everyone was so, ready to go back in there, go and steal some gold and shit. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Actually, a lot of bit longer.
To be fair to anyone who complains about that, and this is not coming from the standpoint if I don't like that game, it's coming from the standpoint of all games, as we said. I prefer it when developers do this, because at least when you get the game, there's more chance it will work.
This is also true, and I do like when people take more time for the games when it's gonna patch all that shit that probably would be like. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be day 1 patch anyway because there's a day 1 patch with fucking everything. But at least it'll be slightly smaller. Unlike other things, I prefer my day 1 patches smaller. So that's fine, It's alright. It was supposed to, it was shown off last December, and they were thinking it was going to come out this year, but not so much. But let's just hope that they really work hard and, make it, they fix everything, and it's by spring of 2016, it'll be really polished. That's what I'm hoping.
They got to put in that multiplayer.
Oh, fuck that.
They're probably waiting to see what Xbox does with Tomb Raider to see how they can rip it off again.
That'd be so funny. All right, Mole, your next bit of news?
We found out the reason the Batman is rated M. For those of you who are not aware, Batman Arkham Knight has been rated M. And people are making a big deal about this because the previous ones were not rated M. And they've mentioned, the people mentioned that basically characters get shot on and off camera while restrained or unarmed. Large blood-restrained pools of blood appear in crime scenes, and in the aftermath of violent acts, one room depicts a person torturing a character on a bloody operating table. And a bloody operating table during the course of the game. Players can also shoot unarmed characters and a hostage. Which, that line right there makes people wonder, are you going to play someone other than Batman? Because, yeah, he's not meant to kill a hostage.
I just imagine Batman going into a room, just be like, hey, you, kill you, kill you, kill you, just kills like everybody with a gun. He'd be like, I'm Batman! Don't worry, they're all sleeping.
And also, neon signs in the red light district read live nude girls, XXX, and the words bitch and gobshite and ass all appear in the dialogue.
What the fuck is gobshite? I mean, obviously it's something shit, but what's like the gob part in front of it?
Gob means mouth, but basically it's basically an idiot running his mouth.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you gobshite.
And we have a new nickname for... No, I'm just kidding.
But it's... Like I said, that seems interesting. Part of me thinks, did they have to go with the M rating? I mean, could they have toned it down? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain that it's an M either, but at the same time, I know it's got a large audience, and some of those audience, maybe who loved the first couple or just got into them or something, may not be able to play the later one because it's now more adult. And I know someone's going to say their parents will buy it for them, but they shouldn't.
Yeah, and I hope they're not doing this to get like a rise out of someone, make it more dark and gritty and even more, you know, or something like that.
The Dark Knight.
It's like how much more can you go? You know what? Why don't you just rename yourself the anime Darker Than Black? I mean, seriously.
My only thought with this is because there is pre-order Harley DLC. Maybe you play as her, or maybe because obviously you're going to play as a different character, so shooting the hostage and the other people might make sense.
If I'm Harley, I'm gonna fucking bash the brains out with a hammer. Please.
Yeah, she also uses guns.
I know, but hammer's more fun.
Yes, he is.
That is also true.
We need a Rick the Hammer card for the super fights for the wielding them as a club. I want to wield Rick the Hammer as a club. But that was my last bit of news.
All right. I thought maybe they were just making it M-rated because that's like the biggest trend nowadays because it's 1998, right? Like, yeah, that does strike me as odd.
But I think they also mentioned people complained last time that the dialogue had been unrealistic because they weren't swearing the way they would have, or adult places didn't have adult signs, and I'm like, okay, maybe they've done this for storytelling, possibly, or maybe they've done it to please the audience, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. We're still waiting on that game. I mean, it says it all when one of the big highlights of gameplay has been summon a tank to kill everything.
That is a highlight usually for me, but that, like, in a Batman game, that does seem odd.
You're safe, except for that bullet in your head.
I don't kill unless I've got my meter up, and then I'm going to use my tank to kill everything. Well, Batman, I don't always kill, but when I do, I like to kill everything.
I like to wipe them out, all of them.
With my fists.
Maybe you get to play as Bane, and you'll get to tell people, now you have my permission to die.
Now you have my permission to die.
Make it so. All right, so for my second bit of news, as promised, it is another bug report here, but happened earlier today while my wife was playing Atelier Shallie, just came out. But so I looked it up, and other people have experienced it at least yesterday too. But there's a point in the game where when you reach level 40, you will get the ability to like put stat points and stuff. It's an RPG, but you can like specialize your skills and whatnot and increase them. Now, after you get a tutorial about it, and once you go into the menu, it has like Japanese lettering, and the game just crashes your PS3. And then we had to do the like where it's like, oh, there's been corrupted data, and you have to sit there for like 20 minutes while it's rebuilding everything. But yeah, so I don't know who didn't test it, but that's not really hard to do. It's just get far enough and open a menu. But yeah, so if anyone was looking forward to that game, beware of that and don't open. If you get to 40, don't open the menu to assign stat points until there's a patch, because otherwise, yeah, it'll just freeze your whole system.
Ah, it sucks.
That should be in the Batman game, and then Mr. Freeze comes up and goes, ha ha ha.
There you go.
Yeah. That sucks, though. It's always horrible when games erase your saves. Does anyone remember Pirates of the Caribbean on Xbox?
Yes, I remember that game.
Never played.
That game was awesome. It was almost like Sid Meier's Pirates, but with Pirates of the Caribbean skin slapped over. It was an RPG, open-worlded. Everything should be right with this game. However, it kept corrupting its own save, and that did lead to the possibilities other people had reported and stuff like that of, yeah, if it does it too many times, it can corrupt your entire Xbox hard drive and erase all the game saves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay then, taking that back. I'm not risking that. But I was like, it was a perfect game, but and I'm not obviously blaming Xbox, it just happened to be an exclusive. That was just piss poor game design by Disney when they made the Pirates of the Caribbean game. It's like, oh, you had everything right. And you're like, okay, so now what can we include that would be bad? I know. What if we erased our hard drives? Like erased continuity. We're erasing real life continuity.
There you go.
They can't stop us now.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have our catch-up section. So with the games you played this week, take it away, Mole.
Thank you. As this is probably going to keep coming up, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Still an awesome game. Maxed out my Saiyan character. Almost maxed out my Frieza character. With my Frieza character, I got a little bit more creative. Mm-hmm. He has 3 different outfits.
Ooh.
One is him in the cooler outfit. You know, like the Cooler's Men outfit with the one shoulder blade.
Right.
And that's his Form 1, where he'll use mostly attacks and like even has Supernova. Then he has an ultimate form, which is big, bulky armor, which is actually a skin, and it's got spikes coming off it, and then he does Beerus's attacks that look similar to Frieza's.
Oh, nice.
Then,
sounds badass.
His third form is an android form in which I put the cap from Android 19 on his head with Red Ribbon Army. So I actually get to have so I actually get to keep the whole thing if he's been rebuilt and he gets rid of the spikes on my character's head. Because I'm like, well, that's who rebuilt him, was Red Ribbon Army. And basically, he's got all cyborg parts, and he does more cybernetic versions of Frieza's moves. Like Frieza, like his ultimates go Supernova in Form 1. With Ultimate form, it's Beerus's Sphere of Destruction. Then in Android form, it's Super 17's ball of like shocking ball, shocking death ball, where he does a death ball, but it's all like Android looking. And I'm like, that's awesome. I love that.
That just sounds like a big old bowl of fear.
It is. And I've completed all of the PQs, all of the story, all of the legendary stuff and all that. And I'm just keep running through it with various characters. Like I've even made a little Majin who's awesome. She's awesome. She can turn people into candy. She can grab people and start to pound on their backs. I've made wishes with the Dragon Balls. And yeah, like I said, the servers for this game have started to work. They've actually fixed the servers. Like me and Marcus, multiple times, were able to run through with each other on a hub. Nice. And go to the team thing, put you in a team. Like an MMO, you don't have, like, if, like, say, DCUL on PlayStation, and people, because I know everyone's played that, like most MMOs, you don't have the account on your friends list. What you do is you have to favorite the characters. However, if I say like Marcus was to say, if you was to favorite my Freezer character of Glacier, it then puts that favorite on all of his account. So that character is now appearing in all of his characters, no matter who they are. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, it's fun to go through with the PQs and just kill everything. And they've recently just gave us a patch which includes the update for the GT stuff. And I know GT sucks balls for anyone out there listening. However, it's still fun to get extra characters and extra missions. So that'll be fun to play through. So that was my first one of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which I believe Richter may have played some of this week.
Yeah, I did get to play a little bit of it.
What did you think?
It was pretty fun. I made a Majin female.
Yeah, I only knew you'd played. I knew you'd played that game because I was running through with Marcus the other day, and he got this piece that he wanted to complete his outfit. He's like, "Yay! Now why can't I add this piece to my character?" Like, oh God, Richter added that to his character, and I saw him log out and go and grab the piece and come back to complete his outfit. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
All I hear is how people can't get their balls. God damn, why can't they drop balls? Why are their balls not dropping?
Which I would ask you, have you done have you gone on, Richter, did you make a fat boo or a female boo?
Female.
Which I think that's a little weird. That's one complaint I do have, and I know someone else who had that complaint of, basically, they can't make a fat female boo. And they can't make a skinny male boo.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they give all three of the Frieza, Frieza clan heads, but you can't get a non-fat boo. Like what? There's two other ones.
I also wish with the Frieza's character I could swap the heads out.
Mm.
Because if I'm doing different forms like Frieza, it'd be cool to have different heads for different forms.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. But more so for the Freezer one than the Racers, if that makes sense. Because, like, okay, fair enough, Saiyans might keep their hair since birth, as Dragon Ball Z says, so fair enough. But with the Freezer race, especially if you're doing different forms and presets and stuff, it'd be cool to change its head so it can match. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying the game. Yeah, it's easy to be cheap on it, like we said in the review. But I'm still enjoying it. I'm trying not to be cheap, if that makes sense, and I'm trying to go through and just have fun and collect what I need. I'm missing one skill that I want for my little female Majin, and then I'm complete. Oh, and I also made a Namekian Richter.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if I mentioned that to you.
No, I don't remember that. He's
dressed just like Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
His name, Big Green.
Nice.
Because I was like, it's from Dragon Ball. This is all they mention alternate universes. Why can't I make one from our horrible UK dub? Big Green. It's bad I did that. I know.
That makes sense. I would have done that.
I would have done that. And the next game I played this week is Resident Evil. Resident Evil Revelations 2. It doesn't do it like that.
It should do that in the actual game. Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Yeah, like it's exciting than last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing that, which is cool. I got the season pass. I will warn you, some people out there seem to be having a problem on the PS4, which people seem to have realized why. And that reason is they're idiots. I know that may sound bad. I'm not sure if Richter's seen that news.
No, I haven't seen anything.
People bought the season pass for Resident Evil Revelations 2, completed episode 1, and couldn't play episode 2. And like, oh, it's not playing, why? And they're bombarding Sony and Capcom with messages about why this doesn't work. The reason is because you have to download it from the store. You have to download episode 2. It's an episodic game. This makes perfect sense. Have they never played an episodic game?
This is why we can't have nice things.
What?
But I'm enjoying it. Apparently, you get extra story in the season pass. You get extra episode 1, extra episode 2, so I don't know. But it's cool because you start with I know it's Claire, but I'm just going to call her not Jill. You start with not Jill, and who is it? I think it's Natalie who's with her, or Moira. Moira's the one with her. Sorry, Moira's with Claire, and you're going through this mental institution, and there's all like these fast-moving people with spikes coming out their head and stuff like that, which is really fucking awesome, if that makes sense. And it's like, okay, I don't really like the fast-moving enemies on Resident Evil. I prefer zombies, but fuck it, we've had this before. At least you've done something new. And there's a bracelet on the characters from the main villain called the Overseer, and the control pad itself changes colour to what your character's feeling. And if they feel complete red fear in the story, they turn into zombies.
Interesting.
And that's cool. And then you went and played through with Barry, who met up with a little girl called Natalie. And you met up with, and Barry is the father of Moira, for people who don't know.
Oh.
And he's gone to get his daughter back, which I thought was awesome. You get to the island, and it turns out to be like a certain time afterwards, like months or a year later, and all the enemies are now slow zombies and decrepit because of how they've died, and they're just like, towards you, and you're shooting them. It's like, that's awesome. And I played through episodes 1 and 2, and the mystery of who this Overseer is, and whether or not he's going to get his daughter back, what happened with Claire and Moira back then, and all this other stuff. It's a great story. It feels like the old Resident Evils with a bit of the new stuff thrown in. I like that. There's even little puzzles and stuff like that, which is fun. And there's a raid mode too, which they've changed raid mode. They've done something I don't like, but I'll get to that in a sec. You get into raid mode. When you're in raid mode, you get to pick which character you play as and stuff, and then you go through it. Unlike last time, you're not going through just the same levels of story. You're going through different levels. And when you go through these different levels, like level 1 enemies are really easy, slow zombies going, but as it goes up, they're going to become harder and faster enemies. And I'm like, I like that. And it's fun, and you get to do your upgrades. You even get to do gestures, Rick. And some of the gestures you can do, like they're like over here if you want someone to come to you and stuff. I changed all mine to be stupid stuff. Like one of them, she's like, "Thank you," and does my bow, and I'm like, "Yay!"
That's always fun.
The part I didn't like is you can't play Raid online right now.
Oh.
Because they haven't put the online servers on until the disc version comes out, and people think that's about 17th. Because they want the people with the disc and the people who bought it online to have equal advantage. And I'm like, that's not really fair, though, because the people who bought it online and bought the season pass and bought it how you wanted to and how you advertised the game have bought the game, let them play their game.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who buy the disc are going to know it came out first. It's like if it was the other way around, it'd still be the same thing. But like I said, Resident Evil Revelations 2, it is pretty cool. I even played a portion of that with Marcus, which is funny because I played him in raid mode as well as regular mode, so you can play raid mode and have fun and do it that way.
Wow.
That's cool.
Which
I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah. Which if you're ever curious about that, Rick, 'cause I know you kind of like the old Resident Evils. If you're ever curious about that, like I don't know, after this or after we've recorded this or something like that, if you want, I can turn on my PS4 and play at you. That way you can join me on raid mode for like a level.
Right.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Some of the DLC you can buy for the game, which may get some people interested, because I know Jeff squeed at this. For $1.24, I think it was. It was about, so you know what I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
You can purchase Wesker as a character for raid mode.
Who's Wesker?
He's just one of the main characters from the Resident Evil series.
I'm not really familiar with the series, but it keeps reminding me of Whisker, so I just think it's a cat.
Victor, you may repeat "get out." And in your in your fatherly voice, please tell her to go to bed.
Think about what you've done.
Yeah. No ice cream for you tomorrow.
Who's Whisker?
Who is Whisker? Like I said,
Wesker.
He's just a main character from the Resident Evil series. He's been in a few of them. He's been a villain and stuff like that at times.
Is he a particular archetype or something?
Basically, some people say Simon.
Really?
Some people have said Simon, but I don't know. You can Wikipedia that later, but
Alright.
over to Rick.
I'll check out Whisker.
I have not downloaded Wesker, by the way, Rick, in case you're wondering
okay.
when we do
Yeah.
go to share play. Like I said, straight after here, I can share play you if you want.
We'll see. I
Can I see
actually
Whiskers
want
in
them
action?
to. I kind of want someone in the series to have a cat and they name it Albert Whisker. Just take the piss out of it.
Yeah. And I want it to turn into the next, like, Titan Nemesis, because the game needs a big guy.
All right, so with your catch-up section, take it away, Stacy.
Alright, I played 2 games today, or not today, but the week, and they're both Telltale games, mostly because I got the Telltale package, and basically it has all the Telltale games pretty much for one price, and that was pretty awesome for like $50.
Although it doesn't include that older stuff like Back to the Future and stuff, which is a shame.
Yeah, but I got like The Walking Dead and the episode 2. Did not include 400 Days, by the way, which apparently is kind of sort of
Really?
relevant. Yeah.
That's weird.
Which Matt said it was like it impacted it. I don't know. I still follow the story fine without it, which is really sucky, by the way. Walking Dead 2.
No. Pew, it's not that you need that to understand the story, but you know when you're playing through the game?
It's
Because you played
supposedly
through
like
season...
side characters or something
Yeah.
would have been there if they didn't die in your mini thing.
Yeah, and you've played season 2, like the one that recruits Clementine and causes them to basically have guns pointed in their faces and stuff as they're...
Bill?
And then I know, for me it was a woman. She was the one that helped cause it, but the one that... You had
Oh,
Bill...
Bonnie.
Yeah, okay, so it was Bonnie for you too. Yeah, her story and stuff came from there, so you care about that character a lot more.
Oh, is there a way that I could have killed her, man? I would have want to play that just to kill her, so I can have somebody else.
Yeah, but like I said, you would have cared for her if you'd seen her story.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I thought she was a lying bitch, but maybe I would have liked her. But that's cool. Also, so I was playing. That Walking Dead isn't the one I played. What I played was the Game of Thrones one, which like I played the first 2 episodes of. First episode, I was like, I really don't care. They're outside the story. These people are boring. But second episode, like they really got into pace. Like I really liked this one kid, but then he died. And he was like badass up until the point. And he's like 8, so that was pretty cool. He's like 8. He was a really badass 8-year-old. And or maybe he was 10. Let's just say he was between the 8 and 10. Anyway, he was freaking badass.
Did he become Pokemon League champion? Because
no, but he freaking took a knife to the freaking throat instead of somebody else taking a knife to the throat, if that's possible for you guys.
Was he able to single-handedly take down the army that was basically corrupting the entire world, also known as the Red Ribbon Army, and eventually go on to face a demon king himself?
He saved his sister from getting knifed to the throat.
That's not the same. We're done.
So,
Mine did it armed with just a pole.
And he also looked like, and he literally looked like the Telltale version of that kid from Don't Starve. So that was pretty cool. I really liked his model because he really looked like the Don't Starve kid. And so that was cool. And like they did some other characters, and it's interesting how this like one family is spread out through all the different regions, so they can incorporate all the characters from the show, which is cool. And it's so they all come together, like, and it makes sense. And it was really cool. And they did the voice acting for, I think, a lot of the original characters, which was cool. And I think they did a good character model. And not Cersei, because Cersei's face looked weird, but she's a crazy bitch. So if they didn't make her look weird, that would probably be weird in itself. So, but they did a really good one for the, what's his name?
That is John Connor's mother. You need to show respect.
Wait, really?
Sarah Connor
I'm sorry
Chronicles.
for him. I'm sorry for him.
Chronicles. No, in that, she's actually awesome and badass.
Okay, because she's a stupid, weird, freaky, like, fuck my brother kind of person.
It's called acting. I don't think every film she fucks her brother. It's not like that's in
I
the
don't
script.
It might be. I don't know what she does on the side.
You want me in your film? We got to make some concessions.
Yeah.
But anyway, they really did a good character model for the whatever Dinklage's character. I don't remember his name in the show, but yeah, Dinklage. So
Yeah, Think about
Anyway,
This is
yeah, sure. So that was cool. The other one that I played is Wolf Among Us, all the episodes. I really like that. That was really fun. Another reason why I didn't, just to go back on the first Game of Thrones episode, is that like your choices in like Game of Thrones are even more bullshitty than they normally are. Like, because literally there was this option that says, like, you could have saved this dude, or you could kill this dude. Well, you know what? He fucking dies anyway. And guess what? The other option to save the dude, he also dies. So you couldn't save either of them. Neither choice you possibly had was actually a real choice. Because no matter who you try to save, they both die.
You're breaking
Oh, no,
up
I
a bit.
spoiled it for you, so,
You're breaking up a bit, Pew.
Oh, really?
It started to go staticky.
How about now?
Now it's fine. I will
Okay.
make a case with those choices, Pew.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the outcome, it's about the choice itself. Because if you choose to save someone, you will then be viewed by people around you as either being weak or being really noble or being really heroic. Or if you just choose to kill someone, you'll be viewed as more ruthless and stuff. So
I would
it's more
say
of
that
that. It's more of the impacts of that itself, like the actual show Game of Thrones, where people may choose to let someone live, but then someone else may kill them. Doesn't suddenly change the choice. It's about the choice itself and what that means for the character moving forward and how people and the world around him is perceived. Thank you.
I would say that was totally legit, except if everyone around you who witnessed that choice being made didn't die.
Yeah, but it's still,
Nobody was around for me to witness that.
It still also impacts how your character is himself. Like, if you want to make a really noble character, you're going to let that person live. Regardless of the outcome, your person is noble for letting them live, if that makes sense. Or you want to be really ruthless. And it's that impact itself as well.
Okay, but in the first episode, like, nobody even talks about the choices really they made at all. Like, they don't even say, hey, even though no one was around to witness it, I'm really glad you tried to save that dude. Or, you know, even though nobody around to witness this other choice you made, I'm really glad you
Yes.
did that.
Which, like I said, it's not just them, it's also how your character's perceived itself. Like, if you're making your character and you want to invest yourself within your character, would that really be you if he just went through slaughtering everyone? Or would it be you if he just went through saving everyone? It's about your choice of making a personal connection to your person and understanding why he would choose to save or kill someone.
I can understand, but like I said, in the first one, I wasn't really invested in the people. They were more boring, and it didn't seem to matter anyway, because I could kill everybody or not kill everybody, and nobody even gave a shit at all. Like in the first one, because every time I made a choice, the person who witnessed my choice died, and it's like, what the fuck?
I just mentioned it wasn't about them witnessing it. It's
I
about you
know,
yourself.
but like, I didn't feel anything to the character because like he was just a nobody, and no one gave a shit about. So I was just like nobody.
Well, I care about Jim.
Yeah.
Nice. So anyway, but second episode, like people actually start to care, and that your choices make somewhat of a narrative, like interest, and people are actually alive and around for you to witness your choices to be made, which made me help. And it's cool because you have a large selection of choices. I think this is the most amount of characters you get to play in a single telltale narrative, because I've only got to the second episode. I think I've already played as like 5 different characters. And probably 4 of which I actually care about.
To be fair, we don't know yet, because in Borderlands, the pre-sequel, in Tales of Borderlands, by the end of episode 1, you've played as 3. So we don't know if in episode 2 you're going to play as more or not.
This is also true. But in only the first 2 episodes, I played as 5. That's like 2 more. Yeah.
That's also 1 episode more.
Yeah. Wait, there's only 1 Borderlands episode out right now, right?
Yes, episode 2's only just had a trailer and it has a release date and stuff, and it is coming soon. So
Okay.
people out there in interwebs land, pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention because I'm probably not going to.
Oh,
Okay.
Poor Pew.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was cool. Tales of Borderlands is also really cool. I played that like a while ago. But like Wolf Among Us, I really liked a whole lot because like I really like that he like smokes this like shitty brand of like cigarettes like Huff and Puff because he's the wolf and stuff, and they wrote him like really cool. You know, and
I will say that's my favorite of the Telltale games, because that was a story that felt like it could have needed to be told, could have been told, and I just loved the whole narrative investigation stuff, because that was like, oh my god, I want to find out more about this, and I deliberately avoided all spoilers. So by the time I got to the end, it was like, oh my god, that's how this happened.
I actually read the Fables comic beforehand and then played this game, although I did find out about like hearing about this game. And I did like knowing more about the characters, the backstory, or maybe forward story as it were, because this is a prequel and stuff. So it was really interesting to see. Like she does mention in like I think first or second episode Rose Red, and I really like Rose Red as a character. So I'm hoping that like from the comics that I'm hoping like in the second season or whatever they'll go to the farm and maybe she'll have her own like storyline or something, or she'll at least
Yeah.
be a character in there.
Which,
Bring out
like,
Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio's awesome.
which that's something that game does do well. If like me and Pew, you've read the Fables comics, there's stuff in there for you. If you've not, by the definition of it being a prequel, you don't need to know
It doesn't
anything going
matter.
into it. They explain everything to you, and I'm like, that's cool. I like that. It's probably the best way to go because Fables isn't Game of Thrones or Walking Dead, where it's become a fad so everyone suddenly cares. It's a case of it's a comic that not everyone's read, so it's like I can understand it's not as overly broad in its horizon of like this person will have watched this one. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, and it gave me like an interesting insight to the characters and stuff. Like I still feel like I don't even know, and I've read a bunch of comics, and he's been almost every one of them Bluebeard. I just want to call him the genie because he looks like the genie, except if the genie had like a normal skin tone, like instead of blue. And I say normal, I'm not saying like black or white or whatever. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like a human like skin tone as opposed to blue. He looks like the fucking genie with glasses. Like, and I keep saying that. Like, wait, no, it's Bluebeard, but he's not blue.
Not
Although the
all
genie's blue.
not all genies have to be blue.
And the genie had a black beard, and he has a black beard, but his name is not Blackbeard. His name is Bluebeard, but he's not blue, or his beard is not blue.
And Rick the Hammer in a spacesuit looks like Buzz Lightyear. What's your point?
Interesting.
She said
You think
interesting, like
again-
she's just figured that out. That interesting. Rick does
No,
look
I'm
like Buzz
thinking of
Lightyear in a
like
spacesuit.
No, I'm just thinking that you and Jim should get together and do a cosplay, and he could be Woody, and you could be Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Anyway, so yeah, Wolf Among Us, pretty friggin' awesome. Yay!
Hey, what? I like that. Did you get to the end of it?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
I
I
didn't know
like
who that mermaid chick was, because I thought Narissa was one of the sisters of the mermaid, but she says she was the Little Mermaid, so I don't know now.
There was more than one mermaid.
I know, but because she had sisters, but I thought like the Little Mermaid was Ariel, but she says she's the Little Mermaid,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't get it.
Fair enough.
All right. So for my games this week, oh man, you could probably guess at one of them. But,
game I haven't heard of.
of.
A game I haven't heard of. It's Japanese, a JRPG, something with women taking their clothes off and something.
Monopoly Plus, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic DLC.
No, close. Not.
Close. Oh, I'm excited now.
Yeah. No. First one, of course, Monster Hunter. Played some more of that the other day. Tried to do because I downloaded the Legend of Zelda stuff, so my friend and I decided to try out one of those. One of the missions for the armor, you have to fight like 3 monsters, and I don't even want to fight one of them.
Did you get the green hat Zelda always wears?
Get out.
I assume so, but but like I don't really want to do that mission yet because one of the monsters sucks and I'm not prepared to fight him yet. Because he's one of the few I haven't actually killed from way back when he was actually he was in number 2. He wasn't in 3 or 3.
One of the few, because he's a monster hunting pro.
Are any of these monsters DLC monsters? And if so, are they themed on the packs? Like, let's say you go to a Legend of Zelda one, is there like a Ganondorf themed monster?
You know, he'd probably be the closest to Ganon, but that monster actually is very much reminiscent of of Dragon Ball Z because he's like a big monkey-like guy, and when he gets angry, his hair is spiky and yellow, and he shoots like energy blasts out of his mouth. At least he did in the other one. I don't know how much they've changed him.
I wasn't sure, like if they put outfits
Yeah.
on them or something. That'd be fun.
I don't know because I didn't. The one we did fight, no, he didn't seem any different. But the like the flavor text for the quest definitely is different. Like for that one, it's like you're gonna need wisdom, power, and courage to get past these monsters.
Nice.
And then the one for the weapon, which that's the one we actually tried to do. It was like it's
courage.
Well, that one.
I think you also need a heart. You have wisdom and courage. I think you also need a heart.
And fire and everything. But for the other one, it was like.
I was gonna say like the Tin Man, His wisdom, like the
Yes.
brain, courage, the coward lion.
Okay, or the Triforces,
Oh yeah, that too. I was thinking Wizard of Oz,
Well, when they have Wizard of Oz DLC, then I'm pretty sure you'll be right.
I played this deck game on a floppy disk in like early '90s, so it could happen.
It could. But the mission for the weapon is given by it's like fairy. It's like something fairy, and it starts off with "Hey, listen." You're like, "Oh, I wonder what this is." But that dude, oh my god! Like it was a guy that was also from number 2. That he's in the game, but it's just fight him specifically because if you win, you get these items. And we start fighting him, and after like a couple seconds, he like was moving and like hit me, and I'm like, oh, I guess that was an attack. And I was like, oh my god! And I was missing like 2/3 of my health just from him kind of brushing me. I was like, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think my armor is anywhere close enough to be able to beat this guy. But okay. But we got we did actually manage to cut off his tail, so we got at least a carve off of that. That wasn't a complete wash.
Nice. And that monster you described, the big guy that it's like an ape with shoots energy and fire and stuff out of his mouth. How did they not put him in a Bowser costume for the DLC? Come on, for something. Come on, it's Nintendo. Bowser. That would work.
Well, they have the well, because the one for the that's not out yet, even though they give you the super mushrooms, the one to get more, you're supposed to fight the monkeys. So they eat mushrooms and become bigger. So I think they're like Donkey Kong supposed to be.
They should make them throw barrels.
That would be nice. But I'm trying to think what else we fought. I don't think we fought anything new, just stronger versions of the stuff. It's kind of funny because my friend still has his low rank armor, so he takes a lot more damage, and we managed to actually get through because, well, like the first set of monsters, like the 4-star people, like none of that stuff was like, I mean, well, the one set of armor, like 1 or 2 were pretty decent, but not really his play style. So, it was like we were waiting to get a monster that he could actually, that he'd want to build the set for, because you kind of got to look at the bonuses too. And so we found one we were going to get, the stupid snake guy I mentioned a couple weeks ago, who I was like, oh cool, he's a snake, but he still has arms and legs. Like the high rank version of him is a dick. Like he's way worse than, because the low rank one was kind of a joke, because he would have a thing where he would like coil around you, and he'd like go around and then go around. He'd always do it twice, and there's a little gap next to his head and his tail where you can run out, otherwise he'll dive down and do a ton of damage to you. Now he'll do it 1 to 3 times, and it's random every time. So it's a lot harder to escape.
I will make the comment, if he's a dick, based on the animal you just mentioned, he's a trouser snake. Thank you.
I was going to say, if he's a snake with arms and legs, I'm like, he's probably trying to save you insurance. Because he's a gecko.
Actually, based off, because one of his attacks, he like throws, I don't know, like his armored plates off or whatever, and then he can scream and they explode, and they look kind of like candy corns. So now I've started calling him Candy Corn Snake, because that's what he looks like. He looks like a snake with candy corn on him.
Nice.
Well, we had banana lizards, so every once in a while, one of the monsters, I just start spewing out something, and with my friends and I, that just becomes the nickname for that monster.
I always like doing that on games.
Yeah. But yeah. So, and we hunted it a few times. We didn't fail on him or anything, but he needed like I think he has all the parts from that one that he needs, but it being Monster Hunter requires like other random pieces from other crap, so he was gonna go hunt that on his own. I'm like, okay, cool. Other game I played this week that people had actually heard of, strangely enough, but on Xbox One called Ori and the Blind Forest. It was shown at E3, and like when they showed it, it looked super pretty, and that was like all that it showed. But it does look super pretty. But it's like a Metroid game, not Metroidvania because it's not doesn't have the RPG aspects, so I wouldn't say Metroidvania. But very much like action adventure platformer where you go through and you find power-ups so you can go to different areas, and it's pretty cool so far. Only played it for a couple hours. Does get pretty hard, but it has this really cool feature where you can create save points. So like there's just a little like respawn timer on it, which is like maybe a minute. It's not very long. But like you just hold one of the buttons and you just make a little save point. So that's how because you can save there and you can level up there. Or like that's where you put your skill points in and stuff. So I just thought it was kind of cool that there are save points, but you can make your own. So
Nice.
it kind of alleviates some of the stuff because some parts it can get pretty hard, but it's like at each break in the section you can make a save point, and then you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, so far pretty fun, very pretty. Can get frustrating, so we'll see how far I get because it was a review game, so hopefully I'll have that out soon. I don't know, I have like way too many games to review right now.
And I'm going to say very, very pretty, but can get frustrating. You just described my report card. Oh! I think my parents would be worried if my teachers have described me as very, very pretty, but can get
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Very, very pretty. Great at the oral, and they put air quotes out there. Like that.
That's suspicious.
Another one for the books.
Yeah. Just another Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, so now on to the topic. Oh, yeah, there is actually a button for that. Oh, well, I had forgotten. But the return of Rock Band. So
Type
they
games.
announced that. Type games.
Yeah, because I believe Guitar Hero is also coming back.
Oh, did they officially? Okay.
Yeah, they've both been rumored at the same time, at least.
Mm. Yeah, because I know it seems like they would bring back Guitar Hero, but I remember that they actually Harmonix said that at least Rock Band is coming back, which is cool.
Nice.
I still have the guitars.
I don't think it'll work because I at least last I heard, I don't know if it because I know they said at least current gen. I don't know if there's last gen. I know some people thought they might do that,
But
but
the Wii U still uses the Wii U mode, so.
that's but I don't
Because
know
I
if
have the
it's-
ones that go with the Wii, so.
Yeah, but I
think
don't
it's
know.
still
But
used
I
the
don't
Wii
think
mode.
it'll come to the Wii U, Pew, because this is a third-party game.
Yeah.
It hurts me that we have to keep making that joke. Well, we don't have to.
Even if it does, I'm not sure it'd still be compatible because who knows?
If it comes to Wii U, can you use your Amiibos to get them to appear as band members? Boom!
That'd be awesome.
Donkey Kong, those years you spent with Donkey Kong Bongo thing, which I totally bought on GameCube. Boom!
What if
put
it
you on
had,
there.
like-
Boom! You can go on drums.
Yeah.
What if it had like multiplayer, like you, me, and like Jim, Marcus, and Hammer, and we could all just put a band together? That'd be pretty cool.
Jigglypuff Amiibo, you're my vocalist.
Yeah.
I could sing. That's what I did on Rock Band. That was fun.
Yeah, I used to sing on Rock Band and stuff and Lego Rock Band. I loved Lego Rock Band, but I just thought for the Wii U, how amazing would that be if you could make a band with the fucking Amiibo characters as your side band?
That would be sweet.
That'd just be amazing. But now, the types of games. I like the types of games. Like I said, I loved Lego Rock Band. I think that's, in my opinion, Lego Rock Band's arguably the best.
You didn't like the Star Wars Rock Band, or was that the other one?
I didn't even know they did a Star Wars one.
I know they did one of them.
Do you mean the Kinect dancing, Stacy? Because I don't
I thought there
remember
was
enough
one where you
Star
could
Wars.
like. I thought there was one where you could do like the guitar. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
Maybe it
think
was
I
only
may,
the dancing.
I think that may have been a DLC song, but I don't think it was a special
Okay.
edition. The Lego one was like a
Okay.
PG version, so only PG songs could appear in it. However, the reason I like the Lego Rock Band more than I like the other ones is, and I know this is going to sound hilarious, but the Lego ones, the Lego one was much easier. It still had the customization and stuff. It still had the fun bits like Freddie Mercury from Queen in an alien spaceship, because why the hell not? That was awesome. And but the reason I liked it being a little easier is I don't like a fighting game. Let's say I take a fighting game like say Street Fighter. Fair enough. Everyone has their favorites. Like Richter, who's your favorite Street Fighter character?
Ooh, which game? Like which
I,
Street Fighter game?
Street Fighter 2.
Is that like with Ryu
Um,
and stuff?
Yes, that is with Ryu.
yes.
He is awesome.
Probably in number 2, probably Blanca.
Okay, Richter has Blanca. Richter, can you play as Blanca from the get-go?
Yes.
Okay, if I pick up a Rock Band game and I look at the songs that are on there, they could have great
yeah.
classic music. I can't play that until you get to the very end of the game, and you have to be really great to unlock it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Whereas with Lego one, it was so easier, so you could enjoy more of the songs, and I think that's important for these types of games because they're party games. You don't want the whole audience going boo, and now you can't get the song you want. You want the song you like.
It's true. Also, I like that the band mode that they created, but yeah, it kind of sucked because like, it was only you could only advance or get stars or whatever, at least in the first game, as far as like the lowest difficulty setting it was set at, and like drums was kind of hard, so I had it on easy, because I'm still learning. It was new, and but my wife could do like vocals on hard, but I can't do it on hard. I have to practice a lot, so we had to like start over so I could not pick drums so we could actually get somewhere, and I'm like, oh, that's not fun.
Yep, we had that as well. It's like one of the things I kept doing was I had to like someone playing the drums, someone playing the guitar, and I was on vocals and stuff, and it was fun. Like I said, the Lego ones seem to punish you less because what these games need is they need an option. They either need to let you play every song from the get-go, or B, make it like Lego so it's less punishing. Because if you're buying the game to play your favorite song and then you can't because you need to be a master of the game and get to the very end, that's not a good game design. It's like, because like I said, I don't mind difficult games and stuff, but most games, like if I was to purchase, say, I don't know, if I was to purchase WWE, I know for a fact I can play as The Undertaker from the get-go.
Yeah.
And even unlocking the characters and that is pretty easy. It's not like it punishes you and makes it so that you can't unlock, say, your favorite wrestler because you're not awesome at it. It gives you most of them at the get-go. And I think that's what they need to do for this game because, like, most of the classic songs, I'm sorry, I don't like most of the new music. I'd totally be just rocking out to the classic songs. Like, I loved when you could carry your songs over and stuff, like on Lego Rock Band. I loved Shafura and You're to Blame.
It sounds like you need games that are like what I like to call like games that are like my parents ready, so my parents just can pick it up whenever because they're not gonna play it. They're not masters at it. They just do it for fun. And since I give them my Wii, that's pretty much all they did is dancing ones and like singing ones.
Yeah,
and they want ones they can just start off and go, which would be really great. And I know they would appreciate more of those.
They would, but like I said, I'm not after all games to be that way. It's just for this game.
Yeah, like this type.
With this type, the selling point is the music. And if you don't like any of the songs and you're having to just grind your way through all shitty Justin Bieber songs, it's like, yeah, well, okay. Guess what game's gathering dust for the next year?
Pretty much.
Until I happen to get a reply on Twitter from Slash to see if he's available to come out and help me.
This has Justin Bieber songs. You can guess what I'm using to fuel my fire.
Yeah. How amazing would that be on Twitter? Slash, I know you're busy right now, being Slash and all. Can you come and help me out? I'm stuck on Rock Band. What would you do if he showed up?
That'd be amazing.
He just shows up at Richter's house. Stay at home, Dad Gamer. I'm a fan of X marks the spot with Richter Hammer. I'm a fan of your webpage, stayatHomeDadGamer.com or sadgamer.com. I've been a massive fan of yours for years. I'm going to help you out, bro. Boom, grabs the guitar. Hey, you're supposed to sing. Why are you just mouth open staring at me? Sing, boy. Can I touch you? We're done here, and he just walks off.
That's how it would probably go too.
I just like Rick. Slash, yeah, can I wear the hat? Give me your hat. Come on, can I put your hat on? He just walks the fuck off. He's like, no, I'm done here. I tried to be nice. But no,
I can't work under these conditions.
I liked the format of Rock Band and Lego Rock Band and stuff, where I think it was from Rock Band 2, where you got more customization over you, your band,
Yeah.
like your own studio and stuff, which if you haven't played it yet, pardon me, Rick, and you've still got all the Rock Band stuff,
I
buy
have
Lego Rock Band.
I want to find it for super cheap. They had it at like Best Buys, but like none of them around me had it or something. But yeah, I do want to get Lego Rock Band.
I bought it
'Cause
with the cheap for
this
a
sounds
GameStop
horrible.
for my parents.
But I want like I don't really want the Beatles one, but I want like most of the other ones.
See, I bought the Beatles one, but I didn't care about the Beatles game. I gave the game to someone else. I bought it because they had a giant pack with all the instruments, collector's edition of Beatles, on sale over here once, and it worked out at being a lot cheaper than any other pack to get all the items that you need to sing the game. Sod it. Why not?
Nice.
But I mean, I assume everyone else would have done that. It's like fuck,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
get
definitely,
the guitar and stuff. But with the Lego one, like I said, I loved the Lego one. I hope they do a Lego Rock Band 2. I would so go and buy all that just to get the second one. Which, yeah, if you can find it cheap, that's totally worth it. Because I will admit, I know people like, because I know you guys have met him, the Crispy, got annoyed with me on that game. Because whenever it was my time to choose a song to play, they all knew what was coming up. Bam 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 bam. Ghostbusters!
Nice.
Because it was on there. I was like, why not? Why wouldn't I totally sing Ghostbusters?
Yeah, like the song list for Lego one was good. I saw it and I was like, whoa, this is really good songs. What the hell? Why aren't these on the other ones?
Yeah. And I also loved with the Lego one, like, I've played Lego one since with, like, my little niece and nephew. And because it's easier and you can set them really easy to adjust for if they make mistakes, they can go the fuck through that game and have so much fun with the songs and be in a band and just have a blast, which I can imagine, Richter, the day may come. Your wife on vocals, you on drums, your son on guitar, and your daughter on other guitar, because I don't know which one would be lead and which one would be bass.
Yeah.
But imagine that, the whole Hammer family as a band. You would be the next Monkeys or the next Hanson.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, we've already had that planned.
That's the only reason you had kids, to live your dream of forming the next Osmonds.
Well, that's why I had two, so I make sure I could do any 4-player game.
Yeah, that's the only reason. This game's come out with 5. Wife played, yeah?
My parents did it with my sister.
Assume the position.
I've put on the Speedo.
My sister was the bass, and my mom was singer. My dad was the other guitar, and and then I did the drums, and it was fun.
It was. But yeah,
These songs are great for parties.
These games, I feel, seem to miss their point, which is what I was on about with the songs, is they try to make themselves overly difficult for some of the unlocks, but yet they're missing the point of the fact these are great party games.
Yeah.
Which, it would be like Mario Party, suddenly giving you a mini game where you need to be fucking an amazing gamer to even do anything on it. It'd be like, wait, what?
They have one where you have to win the first level of Dark Souls without dying. You're just like,
yes.
What?
Yeah, it'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You're doing this wrong. Because these are meant to be fun party games. This should be about making your band, having fun, going through the songs. Yes, there should be a point system and some unlockables, but that should be like clothing or extra stuff. It shouldn't be the songs, which are the draw for this game. Or if they are the songs, they should try their best to put a load of great songs on the other one and only do like 1 or 2 unlocked songs.
It should be relatively pick up and go.
Yeah. Or here's another idea, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Shop Zone.
Mm.
You remember that from the old wrestling games.
Yeah.
How would it be if you have a band? Yeah, because I know Pew hasn't seen it. If you had a band and you earn money with your band, and you can use that money to purchase any of the songs within the game.
That'd be
Thus,
cool.
there's unlockable songs because all of them are unlockable, but you yourself can purchase which ones you unlock. So it's up to you as an individual which order you pick them and unlock them and stuff like that. I think that'd be amazing. Like, oh, I really love this song. I'm buying it. And yes, totally make some songs worth more than others. Because I'm sorry, like Celebrate Good Times, come on, should be a much more expensive song than I came in like a wrecking ball and decided to wreck everything.
Is that actually a song that they have on
I have no idea what's going to be on the new one.
I didn't know if that was in time for the old one or like if it was DLC or something.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, did you see old DLC carries over?
Oh no, does it? Oh, okay, that's awesome. That's one of the things I was kind of concerned about. Not like I have any, but I know that a lot of people have a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, it's not like a personal thing. Like I just think it should do that because so many people bought it.
Yeah.
That I was like kind of worried if they would do that. But
I thought you may have had
me personally, but
I thought you may have had the other DLC, which people were wondering about.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was 3 songs, yeah, but there was also if you bought Rock Band 2 and you installed Rock Band 1 and installed the songs,
no, I have. Yeah,
I think that may have been in the DLC.
Okay. Yeah, I do have that
sure.
one. I don't know if those will carry over.
I hope they do, because think of all the songs you'll get.
Yeah. Well, some, if I remember correctly, some didn't. There were actually like a couple songs that, like, I guess legally they couldn't or something. That even though you had like 1 when you went to 2 or something, they didn't have. I think I could be really wrong, but I thought I remembered something about that.
Like I know if you did them with the Lego one, you don't get all the songs because some of them are too mature.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I'm like,
I thought I remembered something like the Aerosmith ones didn't come over or something like that.
Yeah,
really
maybe
off base.
Possibly Nirvana.
Maybe.
Only because I think it was Guitar Hero. Wasn't they being sued for using Kurt Cobain's likeness?
I don't know, something. Somebody didn't understand what they signed up for.
Yep. I will make it legal. No. But yeah, with Activision being the way they are, I know they're going to bring back Guitar Hero 2 if it sells well. They'd be a fool not to.
Yeah.
However, I do have one thing I wish they would do.
Skylanders Guitar Hero, what?
I have 2 things I wish they would do. No, I have one thing I wish they'd do. Unlike last time, don't bring out 3 fucking Guitar Hero and Rock Band versions in a year, and then DJ Hero and Band Hero and all this, because that oversaturated the market and killed it. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, maybe 1 a year. Maybe. But if you do 1 a year, unlike the previous ones, don't make it require new guitars every year, because at least every 1 or every 2 years, they made it so it required the new guitars, and that just annoyed me.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I'm actually most worried about is like I'm excited because I do like playing Rock Band with my wife, but we haven't played it in so long because like we kind of need wireless because children are not careful and stuff. But I'm kind of worried that I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna be like, dude, I totally want to buy that, and it'll be like, oh look, it's only 120 for the full set. And I'm like, that's cool. That's never mind then. Like I know it's gonna probably be pricey. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I wish I could get that.
Imagine this game with Oculus Rift or Project Morpheus or whatever the Xbox one's gonna be called. Oh, what was it? Vision Room or something?
I don't remember. We'd have to listen to last week.
Yeah, but
with the sad face. But
I
don't remember.
If you could put that on and look through your band member at the crowd as you're playing. Admittedly, you wouldn't see the lyrics or what you need to hit, but still.
Yeah. Actually,
It'd be a
maybe that's how
teleprompter.
musicians actually see things.
Yeah.
It'd be a teleprompter.
They
You
see
could look
the
at that.
notes.
You
You
could
get
just
to
look at
put
the teleprompter.
you get to put on rock band goggles, and it's like when you put it on, the unattractive female on your band suddenly becomes attractive. The audience become in their underwear, and there's bright colours flying around because they're always high and drunk. It's like, whoa.
Chasing the dragon.
Ugh. Can you believe this? What's that? I'm only looking at the audience in total surround sound virtual reality headset in only 40 frames per second. Ugh. That's going to happen, isn't it?
Oh, this game is terrible. It'd be better on the PC because then it would just be running on a PC. Ugh. Because then I could mod it to have this song instead of buying it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But a new Lego Rock Band would be amazing. I think they could also totally do something, ironically, like you mentioned with Skylanders. Imagine if, like, let's say Activision makes Skylanders compatible-ish to a certain degree with Guitar Hero, and and the other one responds by going with Disney Infinity. Like, how amazing would that be if, like, say you put, say, I don't know, your Venom figure, Rick, you put that on the portal, and on the game you got a Venom t-shirt.
Nah, that'd be sweet.
I was hoping Venom playing guitar.
That would also be cool. Although, do not put him on vocals, because he will change any time they say the word I to we. And we
I would
will
try to
always
do
love
that.
you.
Like, seriously, if I was singing as Venom, I would try to do that. That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing, yeah. But there's so many things you could do with the Marvel one, especially if you did it in character. That would just also be amazing. Like, we all loved Shot Through the Heart, and you're to blame. You put on Guardians of the Galaxy figures as I am Groot, 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 Groot.
That would be amazing if that was a thing.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah.
But I'm
Again,
hoping,
I don't think they'll do any of that cool stuff.
yeah, I'm hoping, since when did Guitar Hero and Rock Band were like PS2 era, and then PS3?
Yeah,
I think it was on the cusp.
They were in the earlier part of 360 and PS3.
Yeah, because I seem to remember having one for PS2, so it's probably when the life cycles crossed. So I will say, what they totally need to do with this, because the technology's really old, the old technology worked, and I know they're going to say this is better than before, make it cheaper. Because the technology should be at the point now where you can make it for cheaper.
Should.
Like, if I end up having to pay as much for the whole set of Rock Band instruments as I have to pay to get a Wii U, something is wrong here.
I'm just thinking of don't forget the lyrics with the Groot version of a song, and then you'd automatically know the lyrics. That'd be so great. Instant win.
Yeah. The words is, I am blank. And you go, Groot. And it goes, incorrect. In this song, he went, I am Groot. It's like, no! What are the odds? Or, I am blank. And you go, Groot. Incorrect. This is actually Iron Man interfering and singing, I am Iron Man. And you're like, no! The topic was Groot songs. Why is it about Iron Man? Everything's about Iron Man. But no, like I said, I like these, and like I said, when I get Rock Band, one of the cool things as well is we might actually be able to play online.
That would be cool. I would do that.
We can form a band.
There we go.
Which I will say, whoever's singing would have to mute their mic.
Of course, that's understandable.
Oh god, yeah, the amount of possibilities as well. is pretty fun. But like I said, the last time they oversaturated the market, that's my biggest fear. That and the fact DLC's become even huger. There was too much DLC for the last ones.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you get licensing, like it kind of made sense. I just felt that it was like pricey for the last one. It's like $2 a song, like you know.
Yeah, speaking of, couldn't they be dicks this time around?
Yes.
Because everything likes to go exclusive. Couldn't Sony, because they own their own record studio, make a load of exclusive music just for the PlayStation versions, and even include some of it as free for Plus members?
Yeah, they could do something like that.
That would be sweet.
I would argue that wouldn't be too sweet, because there's a lot of good music from Sony Studios, and I know, like, if you were to buy it on Wii U or Xbox, that would suck balls if you if you couldn't get all the Sony music.
Oh, that would suck for them, yeah. I was thinking about it for me.
And that right there is the mindset of every gamer ever.
Yeah. That's why
It's
we can't have
true.
nice things.
It's sad, but true.
But I think we've exhausted this topic.
I think so.
Would you like to take us out, oh beautiful hammer? In the golden speedo.
All right.
See, even Pew is turned on by the thought of you in the speedo, and she hasn't even seen the real one.
I know. It's just that's what Rick do.
It's a mythical speedo.
Legendary speedo.
Coming soon to the xpound, Wifeblade makes her first video in which she will review Richter in the golden speedo. Pay attention, people. It's coming.
There you go.
Wow. All right. So
I liked him in this pose.
I give the hulking out pose.
Yeah.
All right. So that was another XGR. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us.
A pleasure.
Yay!
So everyone come back next week, and we will have some more news and some more games.